Takeaways from Phoenix. Brace yourself, Kyle Busch is a win away from 200 wins. Video by NASCAR. What a time to be alive. Kyle Busch's next NASCAR race win will be number 200 and tie him with Richard Petty for the most all-time in NASCAR. Of course, Petty's wins all came in Watts, now known as the Cup Series, the top level of NASCAR. Busch has 50, and now more than ever it's worth warning NASCAR traditionalists that Busch is about to become the all-time winningest driver in series history, whether they like it or not. Petty will always be the gold standard in NASCAR. But Busch is a comp. When Busch retires, he'll likely have 250 or more NASCAR wins under his belt. After all, will 250 or 275 or even 300 NASCAR wins over 3 series be enough to trump Petty's 200 in Cup? Maybe. Chase Elliott became the latest driver at ISM Raceway to jump the start of the race. And Elliott became. NASCAR rules prohibit the driver starting in second to reach the start/finish line ahead of the pole winner. Elliott did that on. It's a clear-cut rules violation, though Joey Logano wasn't penalized for doing the same thing in the spring race that season. But Elliott can't blame inconsistency on Sunday. He screwed the start, and then he spun in the final stage of the race. While Elliott had a bad day, his ultimate result wasn't bad. He ended up 14th. Kevin Harvick has been the most successful driver at Phoenix ever since the track was repaved in 2011. He finished 9th. Speeds at Phoenix were extremely high in 2019 thanks to NASCAR's move to add downforce to Cup Series cars. Hey race, what? The worst race that we see at Phoenix is the IndyCar race, and they're the fastest cars and they don't pass each other one bit, Harvick said. I don't know that. Jimmy Johnson finished 8th. And he ran well on the Fox post-race show, giving an attaboy to 7-time champ Jimmy Johnson for finishing 8th, and Jamie McMurray saying I think we were all kinda cheering Jimmy on at the end should make Jimmy Johnson far more annoyed than a random Twitter user saying he's washed up. By saying everyone was rooting for Johnson in the waning laps, Jamie McMurray is inadvertently making Johnson a sympathetic figure. Given how much Johnson gets kudos when he claps back at random people on Twitter who call him washed up, he should take more. Did no one want to go to the race on Sunday? ISM Raceway's Hey race, what they looked like on lap 25. And hey race, what a shot of the stands looked like close to the end of the first stage. Were people crammed in the infield bars that are at ISM Raceway now? Why wouldn't they want you? Ace, a writer for Yahoo Sports. More from Yahoo Sports.